It's your boys,
Dark,
Crimson,
D,
Z.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing today? And so today we're sitting here in a new environment again. We wanted to try something a little bit different. And so here we have ourselves a little special guest today. So how you doing?
Hi, Jazmine. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, so I do have a question. Jazmine is a psychic. She's very mystic. And this is just in time for like the fall season too.
Yes.
Yeah, and you don't have to get into it if you don't want to, but I want to get into your journey. So how was your childhood? Because you said you only came into...
Oh, you're like really good.
Yeah, well, no, because you said you just discovered your ability and I wanted to use like a swanky word like essence now. So how was your childhood leading up to you discovering your psychic abilities?
It was pretty rough. I pretty much have been through anything that you can think of as a child. So I dealt with that, and then I ended up turning to alcohol to cope with things. But I've been sober for 2 years now, almost, since September 18th. And so I had a spiritual awakening about a year after I got sober. And in doing that, I started to be led to develop my spiritual abilities and my psychic abilities. And so I believe that everyone can do it, honestly.
I do too.
Yeah, so everybody has it naturally.
Yeah,
but
like I honestly feel, because like certain things you do, like alcohol, it lowers your vibration. So, and there's a conspiracy that's why the government gives us stuff like Adderall and stuff like that, because drinking, partying, it lowers your vibration. And I was like, I wonder if we just ate like fruits and vegetables, what would we be capable of? You know?
I feel like it depends on what you're taking or whatever to it, because I think it depends on what substances you use, because sometimes some people use like certain herbs to like help elevate their third eye and such, and get more.
Is there stuff that you can take for that?
That's why I've seen like my cousin and such whatnot. He's sitting here saying he be having these moments and such that be happening. So he's not really into like the tarot card kind of deal and such but he
spirituality.
Yeah, but spiritually, so he is and such. And sometimes he say he uses certain herbs so that he'll just wit. And it'll help elevate him and such. I mean, and sometimes, no, I'm so serious. At first I thought he was bullshitting, but there were moments where he will call out certain stuff or whatever that would happen. Sometimes it'll be random in the moment, and it legit will be happening. I remember one time we were on a family trip, and we was all going out and such, and he just said, "Hey, careful with that." I forgot how he said it though. He said it in some kind of funny ass way. He said, "Hey man, be careful of that one little ledge or so when you go out." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I just said, "All right." And then I just kept thinking in my head about what he was talking about. So ever since then, I would be careful of every single ledge. And then I think when we went up this one little mountain or whatever, and so there was this one little edge I wasn't paying too much attention on though, but I was like, I kept my wits about it, and immediately the ledge that we were at, such one completely fell apart. Such one, but luckily we moved out of town, so I said, "Oh shit, he actually caught it." Yeah, he actually caught that shit. I said, "Oh shit." So I was like, ever since then, I was looking, like I said, also. I took more heed or so in terms of what he said. I said sometimes it sounds like he's rambling and shit, but most times he does. But sometimes the way he said it would be on point. I remember one time he actually helped my one of our aunties out, so she would go to the casino, and he said hey, on the fifth machine that you hit, that you do in such one, hit it on the side or something like that and see what happens.
Yeah, and she did it.
Yeah, she did it. She won some money. I said, "What the?" I'm looking at it, and I asked him. I said, "Did you predict the future?" He said, "No." I said, "I think I just had a moment where I just look at possibilities and such." And
I was only like psychic for like one day, I swear. Like I was, and I don't know why or how, but like I saw it was just like that's what happened. Like I saw it in my head. My mom had like a glass bowl, and she dropped it. And then seconds later, I couldn't even warn her, like the glass bowl dropped. And it wasn't like deja vu. It was kind of like deja vu, but like I actually saw it. So how does your like psychic abilities work? Like how do they come to you? Can you read minds?
And y'all, I do apologize. So air conditioning here is like really loud. So if you guys are hearing that a lot more than you hearing us, so it'll just take us a few minutes. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But how does it work?
It kind of comes in like that sometimes, but I get numbers, I get conversations, kind of like this too, like what you were talking about. It's really cool how you noticed the stuff that he was saying and came true. That's really validating for people. But I've done in meditation, I've seen stuff like that before. Like I meditated and I saw this lady's face. It was a very distinct face, and I watched her laugh. And I was like, that's so weird. And then I went to the gas station and I'm sitting in the car and I wasn't gonna get out or go in. And I look inside and I see that lady and I'm like, what the fuck? And so I walk inside and then I'm pretending like I'm in something, just kind of staring at her, and then I hear her laugh and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. So moments like that, I just feel like sometimes it's just kind of like a wink at you to show you what's possible, to wake you up. Because I feel like we're in the matrix and sometimes we're just meant to be glitches and we're just meant to be glitches to keep you up.
Yeah, because I found out like there's some people, I think they call them like, what's the internet term when you like, you're,
NPC.
Yeah, NPCs, because some people like, you can hear your thoughts without not saying it.
Yeah, like a narrator.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Yeah, and like
Okay.
most people can't. And I'm like,
Is that most people can't think?
yeah, they said like, I
Can
want
you?
I can hear myself thinking.
what you say.
I was like, I got a lot of my murder in that.
But now like, it's like, what? Like I think they say it's 75%. So I'm like, it's weird that I'm like side-eyeing like, are y'all already here? Because I think there was some CIA documents that said that we are living in a simulation. Everybody is just a projection. And so I'm like, who am I a projection of? Like, am I in your head? Are you in my head? Like, what the hell?
But I mean, this is, so you say that those people hear that in their monologue, so everything they're thinking or so they don't keep it in their head. It's like
They cannot like hear something.
You know
Like,
what?
like, you know how like you're thinking about the country song, they can't hear.
That's sad.
That's what
That's sad. That's
yeah.
kind of like, I said, that's different. Okay, so let me ask you this here. What do you call a scenario? So like, say for example, because like I have somebody I know, he's sitting here, he got super high, and he had a bad trip, but I don't know whether or not
What is
his,
he high on?
huh?
Off what?
It was like edible weed, somewhere around that ballpark. But you don't know whether he had a very heightened spiritual moment that just got absolutely messed up or whatever due to the people that were around him at that moment. He had it to where he had a bunch of deja vu moments. He started having like a vivid vision or dream or something like that.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so he started like having visions of so like two people or so like being demonic or they go wrong or something like that. It was just he was like
Like just people he knew?
yeah,
well, not that. Okay, so we have a friend. Like I told you, I took him to Green Egg, and like he gives me so much flack for this because he was like, it's his first time doing edibles and he didn't watch him. But Green Elephant is normally like a great setting for that because it's a place where everybody does it, so everybody knows protocol. And he was dating this one girl that was a practicing witch, and she was learning from this guy that was pagan, and he didn't like her. So I'm over here, that's actually how I got invited to the sex dungeon. I was over here talking to this, I'm over here talking to a friend, and she was like, yeah, we should go sometime, it's really cool, it's really fun. I was like, I ain't getting tied up. And then I look over, and I see him like, just almost like they're controlling him, like, they're like, put your left foot in, you know, put your feet together, and I could tell that he was in distress, so I get a bailout. I was like, hey, I'm going to get some water. Do you want some? Because I don't know the situation. So I'm over here like, let me just do this. And he was like, yeah, I'll come with you. And he kept repeating, it feels like I was in a time loop. And I didn't hear what was going on, but the only thing I heard was the dude was like, yeah, you thought this shit was only in movies, right? Yeah, this is some real life shit here. And I was like, oh shit. And so he kept like repeating himself. Now mind you, I am
This is creepy.
it is,
This has happened to me.
really,
I've never heard anyone else
really,
say it like that.
now mind you, I'm
That's just me too.
yeah, now mind you, and he was our editor. Now mind you, I'm a human sacrifice survivor, so it's, and yeah, I know it's over. I know it's over. But it's kind of like I'm over it, but there's still some things that'll like snap my brain like back in. Yeah, and he kept like repeating himself like over and over and over again. And so I got him home, you know, he threw up, I washed the shirt and everything. And when it died down, he kept saying, it feels like I'm in a time loop. Like he could literally see them, and mind you, these people didn't like him very much. So he could literally see them like injuring him in his brain. And he kept repeating, it's like I'm in a time loop, it's like I'm in a time loop. And so when he finally calmed down, I was like, hey, are you better? And he was like, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. It's kind of like I'm in a time loop. Damn it! I was like, snap out of it. That's happened to you.
Yes, it happened to me, and oh my gosh, I got made fun of so bad for this. So I had just started smoking weed, and I was younger, I was probably 14 or 15. But my neighbor's son had broken his neck, and so he was all bit older, and he couldn't like smoke regularly anymore, so they had to find an alternative, and they put a bunch of these little capsules in the stomach coconut oil. And so I took one of those and I freaked the fuck out. So I thought I was in time loop. I kept forgetting how to breathe, and like my mind would just go into the loop over and over again, and I would be okay for a minute, and then all of a sudden it would like come away again, and I would like be really high and be really, I don't even know how to explain it, but I felt like something was coming from me, and I felt like I could feel people's energy. It was just really weird. But kind of like what you were explaining, but if someone is in a state like that where they're really vulnerable and people find a place to take advantage of them like that, and they're trying to like practice magic or whatever, that would be a really scary time to do it.
Yeah.
And once I got high like that, I never came down.
Yeah.
Like, my brain has changed completely to where like I don't think the same.
Yeah.
So Doku has a supposed, I don't know how legit what it is, this is crazy. But he has a legit friend. I don't know. She sit here like a bit of a psychic conjurer or whatever she is, such exactly it. Like I said, I don't know how legit she was, so because this is over the phone. But she had it to where she talked to him on the phone or whatever about the situation that happened, and at first she was sitting here saying about how he may come off as a very powerful psychic or something like that, protect him because of how like innocent he is or whatever. And so I'm asking, like, from your experience and such, based off of the story and based off of everything that's happened and such though, did you feel like he had a bit of a spiritual like hijack or something like that, or was it just like
seems like they were trying to not like mind control, but maybe just like fuck with them, you know? But also at the same time, when you have that kind of thing happen, it could also trigger a spiritual awakening, and once he comes down from that, depending on how he coped with it, he could alchemize it into something else. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, because it's like it was like I knew the guy didn't like him, but because I could sense energy, but I didn't know, like I didn't think he would do a party foul. like that. And whenever like,
No, that's like much deeper than that.
yeah, well, yeah, but that's why, and I didn't know the situation. That's why I made it my business to be like, okay, I'm not gonna like cause a scene. I'm gonna pretend to be ignorant, because I know with my situation, I was with my friend had another friend that was staying with me, and he was a rapper. He was about to go on tour, and it was gonna be my first time doing shrooms. And he was like, oh, we all have to go in like separate rooms and stuff like that. And mind you, another friend was crashing on my couch, and he was in the room with him. And so while I had took shrooms, and like the whole room had turned like golden, you know, like gonna be gold. You don't get that. You will after you watch Demon Hunters, but the whole room it was like I was in like a golden wallet almost. And then I got like this crazy vision of the dude shooting my friend. And this is when my innocence died. I was very dumb. I didn't know the dude had bought the gun. He had just bought a gun, and I didn't know the dude had like bought the gun for me. And so like I walk in, and he has like these like he has the gun, and then he has like all of it set up in like a weird way. Mind you, I'm tripping, so I'm just like, but my spidey senses are tingling. And I was like, I should probably leave. So I tried to get my friend, like I did my other friend. I was like, hey, it's getting late, maybe you should leave. He was like, bro, I'm not going anywhere. It's like in the morning. And I was like, okay, I will. And so I left, tried to make a phone call. Spidey senses heightened again. Don't do that, they're not on your side. And I was like, okay, let me just hang up and try to go somewhere. I started talking to, mind you, the tripping was about to come in. So I was talking to like...
So you hadn't even started yet?
Yeah. So I was talking to like Miley, no, she was kind of Montana. I was talking to Hannah and Lola, you know, like, because I had started tripping.
Okay.
Yeah, and then these group of people like pulled me in a car, and they literally had a gun point blank, and I kid you not. They shot the gun, the bullets literally like bounced off of me, like did not kill me whatsoever. And I called my mom that morning, and she was like, your dad had a vision of like you, which is why I'm so close to God. She said your dad had a vision of somebody trying to like attack you, but like a lion, and like we all know like lions represent, like Jesus represents a lion, came and like chased them away.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so I woke up, came to, pretend like none of it happened, got the fuck up out of there, and like never spoke to those people again, because that was a situation where this is your friend, and I don't know if like you were a part of it, not you, but I don't know if he was a part of it or the other dude was a part of it, just acting alone. So I kind of distanced myself from them, and because I noticed at one point when I had distanced myself, he was like, oh, such and such wants to know if he can stay with you, or yada yada yada, and I'm like, yeah, that's not for me. You know?
That's good that you listen to it when you get intuition hits that strong, and especially in dreams, and then something else coming through, like was that real? That was real. Your
yeah,
mom, right?
Yeah, it was.
Okay,
real.
yeah.
It was
So,
real. And like my mom
that.
felt something before I did, because she felt it in my voice. That something was gonna happen, and my dad had a dream, so they both just started praying to God. You know, and so it was definitely scary, but it did kind of...
So cool, it shows how protected you are.
Yeah, and it did kind of make me a little cocky, because like, it was just like, have you seen Superman?
Yeah.
When the bullets like bounced off, like that was exactly...
Luke Cage at the moment.
That's how I was feeling, and like he'll tell you, like I've been in several near-death experiences. I almost OD'd on cocaine. My eyesight is very like poor, and I like to drive fast, so like it got to a point where,
Like he really should be wearing glasses right now.
like it got to a point where I would get in a wreck every other quarter of the year. And
Those are mornings.
yeah,
The car still in the shop even now.
yeah, and so it's like I was coming from West Dallas at the West Plano station, and it was raining, and the car just started spinning out of nowhere. I hit a pole, all the like glass like came in my face, and when the cop came, they're like, "Where's the guy that was in the wreck?" And I was like, "Oh, it's me," you know, and I'm just staying here. Or like my last wreck, my car literally like flipped 3 times over, and like people are wondering where they were like. So the ambulance was telling me, "Is the guy still in the car?" And I was like, "I'm the guy." You know, that's why my friends call me the Iron Man, because I, never get hurt.
Nice.
Like I got 9 lives. But yeah, it's because of my mom.
How many do you have left?
That part. Like,
Having the whole Puss in Boots last wish.
but yeah, but it's because my parents like really, really pray for me and stuff like that.
That's good.
Yeah, but I want to get in because you sent me a list of stuff. I want to get into spirituality. What does spirituality mean to you?
That's a good one. I really feel like that's a hard question. Really getting to know yourself, I think, and to stop trying to seek things outside of yourself to make you happy and to just really love yourself and just take things where they come. That's how it feels for me.
I guess I'm trying to speak a little bit louder for things. I don't know how people are going to perceive with that blasting in the background. So I feel like every time that comes on, we have to speak a little louder. So my question is such as in terms that when it comes down to spirituality on something, like you're able to set everything so clearly. Like, so you have like a certain name. So I know some people will say they're an empath, some say they're clairvoyant, some, have different ways of how they explain their things. So what about you and your spiritualness?
For me, I feel like I'm trying to develop all the players. So there's a part of the players, their represents, their clients, their the rest of them because I'm nervous. But I don't know.
So which one right now that you are
Energetically, I feel like that's my strongest. But I get messages through dreams and synchronicities, lots of different things.
Oh yeah, that's the thing too that we had mentioned, so that you had a dream or something. I don't know if it was about him or about me or something like that. But you remember you told me, you said that she had a dream or so about her, so you told her to hold off the body or something.
No, did you say you had like a message for something like that? I just wanted to.
No, I didn't say it, but it's really weird because I wrote stuff down in my notes, but I didn't plan on telling you that.
Yeah, no.
Because I was like, I wanted to feel it out before I said anything.
Okay,
It's
so
weird.
No,
It's really
no,
weird.
okay, so when I was talking to you, like I swear,
I didn't
literally
say it.
heard you say I have a message for you.
No.
And I thought it was weird because it was like in the midst of us talking, like it came out like we're having a normal conversation, like talking about like the clubs, and you're like, oh, I have a message for you guys, and you just kept on talking.
No. Am I going crazy?
Like I said, maybe.
But I wrote it down in my notes because it was like you said something about maybe wanting to reading.
Yeah, no, but yeah, we did say we wanted to do like both a palm reading and a tarot card reading or so. We were gonna do it about her. So but I was like, when she was talking about messaging or whatever, I said, oh yeah, let's get that messaging going on. So she was like, I don't know, maybe that was a mixed conversation or something like that. Sorry, y'all.
Okay, or like since you asked, I might as well just read what I wrote, which was like an intuitive writing. It's not on the actual article, but the card that came to my mind from what you had mentioned was the
What was it for?
I don't know. I don't know which one of you it was for. Because it came through so easily when I was talking to you, I thought it might be for you, but you were mentioning him,
Yeah.
and so I was like, I connected and I didn't have to try, and I normally won't do that. I was like, ask someone first. So since it came easily, I think you were asking me about him, but you were really asking me about yourself. But it said the tower card comes to mind, and I feel a tower moment with love and work. And I said, does this tower need to fall, or can it be rearranged somehow? And I said I connect with the tower a lot because I've had a lot of tower moments. So when you continue to try and rearrange an iffy foundation, you'll continue to have these moments. So that's the intuitive bit that came through. Okay, when you continue to try and rearrange on a iffy foundation, you'll continue to have these moments. So I don't know which one of y'all that's for. I don't know which one.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Well, he doesn't know what
But
the
it
tower
said love
is.
and career. It's like the tower is like when everything feels like it's starting to fall down.
A lot of people say it's the worst tarot card, but they only say that because it means change.
Yeah.
And people hate it. But it means like
A
something.
chance to renew everything.
Yeah.
But when we keep trying to make something work that just isn't working, we'll continue to have everything come crashing down. But when we finally start to build it up and get foundation, then it's really
Yeah,
so I don't know if that
I feel like that's both.
It could be both of us.
We're kind of the same person. We struggle with like the same problems.
Yeah.
So I'm just the crazy one. He's in his right line.
There's nothing wrong with being crazy.
Yeah. So you mentioned your spiritual awakening. How did that feel for you?
Oh shit. You really scared me.
As it often do.
Yeah. I thought I was going crazy. Sometimes I still have those moments where I'm like, you're insane. Like, there's no way this is actually happening. This is all happening in your mind. But when things occur that other people see too, it gives me a lot of validation. So I'm like, this isn't just all in your head.
Yes.
This is really happening.
Well, I mean, you're definitely crazy. From crazy, you know, from crazy, you know, but the best people are. You know, and I feel like it's just that we're different. Like we understand the world differently to the point where it kind of hits us that way.
Yeah.
You know, you also mentioned your psychic development. So how does that work? How did you come about developing it, or what was the process?
I really just like set the intention to develop my abilities, and then synchronicities or just like situations will occur that will help me start to develop those things individually, like those pairs. And it just happened that way. Like I didn't really, once I set the attention, the ball just kind of started. It would give me like circumstances that would
And what is energy healing?
energy healing. I've taken a class online for lately, so now I'm an expert.
So is that what they be doing? The like?
Yes, the energy
like,
healing. So like, I think that you can do it with lots of different things. With trauma, you can do it with like body aches and pains and things like that. So.
Because I do feel like in some martial arts, and so they use that similar type of energy or so when it comes to it, like especially with spirituality. So it's definitely a huge part into mind, body, spirit.
Yeah.
So I definitely see that. There actually are like healing techniques that actually involve more of the spirit in a sense. And so too, you see it in certain movies that they focus on that a lot. And I was like,
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I've done it before. Like I've randomly known like they just intuitively hit me like where someone's pain was and stuff. Like I would just be like, oh, it's in your like right shoulder or whatever, your left knee.
Yeah.
But like if I think about it too much, then I start thinking, like guessing instead. actually feel but when you're dealing with someone, your hands start to heal up, or start to heat up, and like just get a, I don't know, like a wave of just like peaceful bliss. Like, that's pretty cool.
So how does everyday magic work?
Everyday magic. So like cooking can be magic. Just really whatever you
Yeah, that's really
whatever you put your intention into. So like when you're cooking, a lot of people have cookbooks. So that's kind of like a spell. You're writing down all your
No, I get that. I just never thought it was put into that. Because you know, some people they'll be looking like I'm cooking with love, you know.
Yeah.
And it's very helpful. No.
yes, what's the
What I'm saying is that it's like everybody knows it for it to be its own kind of spell thing or so, but you never took it to that extent to it, though, you know? Like everybody knows for the most part, like, everybody loves grandma's cooking because, she always coming in, with the good feels, energy, and all sorts of stuff, but we never took it to the matter of, oh, yeah, it was a
You never
spell.
put that together.
Yeah, and then we put it together. That's all when you said that, I was looking like, huh?
Because everybody complicates it and makes it something it's not. Like, you don't have to be like hexing someone or doing some crazy shit.
Well, yeah,
It doesn't have to be like that. It
Because
can
that's
just be
what I
like,
thought, like, because I was over at I had a Bible study, and one of the people that was in it was like an ex-witch, and she was telling me like witchcraft was like people use Bible scriptures for in their spells and stuff like that. Like it's not like hocus pocus where they're like twist the bone and then the back. You got to be done. It's not like the eye of Newt all the time. Yeah, well that's what I say all the time. Yeah, it's like some paprika and oregano and lavender sometimes. So and it's like my mom, she mixes like these concoctions and like I'm saying too much, but she literally has like cured like ailments just off of natural remedies.
what is that called? Like homeopathic or something?
Yeah,
Healing?
or like an herbalist or something like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that's what the I forget what they call them.
Your mom sounds like she has some abilities.
Oh, she does.
She's
She
very
definitely
intuitive.
does. And that's why they called it something. I think witch doctor or something. But the people.
She doesn't like that though, does she?
No. I'll be teasing her. I'll be like, "You doing spells?" And she was like, "It's the intention that makes it different."
Exactly.
So it could be a
And
spell
that's what they
or
need.
prayer. Yeah. And because we're powerful people, like we're spiritual people, so we're made in His image, so we can literally do what He do. Like He spoke the world into existence, we can speak things into existence. It's our brain that limits us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with that being said, yeah, she's definitely like cured a lot of people and like saved a lot of lives with what she's done. So
That's cool.
yeah.
I would like to get into that more too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
taking ibuprofen all the time.
Yeah, no. Like one of her remedies, get 3 cloves of garlic, and I didn't know you could eat garlic like M&M. I don't start doing that because it's healthy for you. But she takes 3 cloves of garlic and some orange juice, and she blends it together, and it heals anything. And I was working on this short film, and when I got on set, I realized that that's a Hollywood secret. Like you see all these stars doing like major tours, and you're like, they're not getting sick at least once, but that's what it is. Garlic and orange juice is so powerful. It's a natural like antibiotic until it knocks out like anything.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like Dayquil times 10 pretty much.
I think I saw that on TikTok too. The garlic, but it was like with onion, not onion, something else, something brown. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, maybe cinnamon, because I know cinnamon is a burning agent. So my next question is, I want to say this in a British accent. Do you consider yourself a witch?
I'm a witch.
Yeah, okay. All right, definitely.
Do you consider yourself a warlock?
A warlock? I wouldn't say a warlock, because they're human. You know, I consider myself a little bit more than that. Like
Okay.
a supernatural, a supernatural.
Are you
being.
from here? Are you like Palladian or something?
Well, I would like to think. I would like to think I would sit down from like the stars.
Like, I'm very
At
cat
a
on
certain
camera. I was like, some wood on.
Shoot, if I was, I'm dead as soon as this airs. Because okay, so there was a post saying we got all these people in the world and no superheroes. I was like, we probably do, but they don't want to get probed up the ass every fucking day by the government. So they keep that shit on the minimum.
Yeah, the secret is we're all superheroes and we just don't use our power because we don't know we have it.
Yeah,
Like I
but
said, I'm sorry if I do get the ability to lift stuff or whatever, I'm gonna be. I wouldn't even be paying attention to half of what the hell y'all be saying. Y'all used to see me love to take the background like just in my own world like me.
yeah, but like everybody says, like there's a calling on my life because I've been in like too many close calls to like not still be here. Like I'm definitely here for a reason,
Yeah.
But with that being said, I'm trying to think. I had another question. You said you do believe in God,
Yeah.
and I know like
In some form or another, I don't know.
yeah, and I know like there's a lot of like ways you can believe. Like New Age is basically mixing like mysticalism, like mysticism and like witchcraft with the Bible. So they'll like do a spell in Jesus' name or whatnot and stuff like that. Yeah, it's an actual thing.
No, I know, because I never go like, what?
Yeah, and like I'm like, it don't take all that. But like, say for instance, how do you view God? You said you were agnostic, so there's something.
Well, I used to be agnostic, but.
Did you find the word? Because I know you're saying you were.
No, I forgot to look it up. My cousin was telling me about it, and it was like you take pieces from everything and kind of just take whatever you want out of everything.
There's a word for that?
Yeah, it starts with an O, like O-Z something. I don't know.
I'm gonna ask ChatGPT.
Yes, my favorite, Chat Daddy.
Right. What does it mean when you take a little bit from each religion? Let's see what he says.
Chop it up and screw it up.
Syncretism, that's what it's called.
Syncretism.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what I remember.
I mean, it sounds about right.
No, omnism.
Yes, there we go. I knew it was an O.
Term for this practice includes, synchronism is another term for it, but omnism is another one. So you're omnis, pretty much.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I even put labels on it really, but that sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
but no, because there's a theory that the government hides a little bit of information, a little bit of everywhere. But the reason why I don't believe in that is because I know the laws of the spirit realm. I know there's good and bad, and so there has to be like an equal playing field. That's why the same guy that published the Satanic Bible published the King James Version. So, because there has to be like, I feel like we're like pawns and there's like two people playing for our souls, light and dark. And
I
like,
don't even know if it's people, but
well,
I feel like we give the government a little bit too much.
well, no, I'm talking about the mystic beings, like God and the devil pretty much.
Yeah.
Like there's these two entities.
I think we're supposed to integrate them both, but I think if you get rid of, or if you try and get rid of all your darkness, you're gonna be pretty sad.
Oh yeah, I mean,
everybody has light and dark, but
Yeah.
people don't want to embrace the dark because they're scared of it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because there's actually a Bible scripture because me and my mom were talking about the fall of Lucifer, and in the Bible it says all things God created is good. And I didn't know this, but God created darkness too. Like He created that. So it must be good. Even when they were like,
I mean, there's always a balance.
yeah,
It's all about the balance. That's really all there is to it, though. It's like you can't have light without the darkness. You can't have darkness without the light.
yeah, exactly. But how would you go about being I'm not gonna sit here and be like,
I think it was just like a natural
Like
thing
how you
where
come
I
to be an
just-
army man.
I just like embraced how I naturally am, and I said no to the things that I don't do. Like I don't believe that if you're bad, you're gonna be sent somewhere where you're tortured forever. I feel like this can be a form of hell for hell, which is whatever you choose to make it. If you feel like you're in hell, the door's always open. This is my raising vibration. You can get yourself there.
Okay, another question.
I can say whenever time you do your like doing out your tarot cards and your palm reading or so, do you guys feel like you need to do a cleansing or so to each person that you do?
I've never actually done a full of reading, like palm reading, or like I've done like a mini tarot reading. I practice by myself, and I use ChatGPT to help me. So like, I'm not a
I'm not a
what?
No.
Try to what?
No, I was like, I'm trying to set the media like,
Why?
I'm gonna be your first one.
Oh yeah.
But I actually heard, because I talked to some of my friends, they say tarot cards on yourself is like the worst thing you can do because sometimes your intentions, because we all like want what we want. So sometimes the reading won't be clear because we'll be like, oh, I hope it's this, and it'll turn our wants will bleed into it. Have you heard of the like, I forget what it's called, but it's like a stone bag? So it's a bag with a bunch of rocks, and each rock, it's like a tarot card, but only a rock. And each rock represents.
I've heard it in like charm form.
Yeah. So you can either like put your hand in there and pull out a rock, like say, what should I do? Put your hand in there, pull out a rock, and read what the rock is about. Or you can just like grab a handful, throw some rocks, and be like, okay, this is this.
I feel like that's the same thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like throwing bones, but you're.
If I'm doing one on myself and I feel like my own intention is going to be too much, then it just won't happen. Like I'll not be able to take that.
Oh, really? That's a good thing.
Yeah.
It calls you out on the bullshit. Yeah, because
Like I'll just be like, I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
yeah, because do you agree that each deck has its own like personality?
I don't know. I've only really used one. I
Yeah.
have two with me. There's another one that I brought, but I just found.
Yeah, because I know all my friends would like go to the events. Like, we have this one old college mate named Arturo, complete loser. And so he got this deck that was really, really sassy. And the deck pretty much confirmed that he was like, he got all bad cards, and my homegirl was like, yo, like, it was hilarious. But yeah, but do you have any questions for us or anything for us? Do you have any more questions?
I guess since you're a very more spiritually aware person or so, have you ever had those moments where something where it came to you in the middle of the day or in a dream or something like that, like in terms of like spirits and other stuff? I know some people that are more spiritually aware, they're more aware to seeing other things too, besides just when it comes out to not energy. Oh, so the question is that. It was like, what? So, okay, the question of the day, have you been able to see or sense spirits or something like that since you're a more spiritual person? But I know sometimes people will sit here, like say for example, say if you're at somebody's house and such, and then you'll see like somewhere in your peripheral vision, you'll see like a shadowy figure or something like that, but when you look at it, it's like nothing's there kind of deal. So sometimes you can peep stuff, sometimes you can actually see it, you know, catch little glimpses here and there. Like, you know, I feel like there are those moments where like you see, like say for example, a new top 5 kind of deal where you start seeing or hearing stuff happening. I think it's never to that full extent because
Did you with the question?
Yeah, no,
because maybe the spirit so not very it's not harmful one or so. Maybe it's just one that's passing through. Maybe it's just one that's just here at the moment kind of deal or something like that. It's just like just checking out and see.
a lot of it's energy too. I've not really seen anything like when I'm awake or anything like that. I think that's pretty rare for people to have in it. But I've seen stuff out of the room and I'll get just feelings or just a random word that comes to mind. And they'll be like, you should say this word. Or you should say this like this. And I'll say it and someone will be like, oh, that reminded me of my friend that passed away. And it's just, things will come to me in that way. It's like taking like something mundane and transforming it into something nice. That's how things can be. But it's not like someone whispering in your ear. Things like that can happen, but it's kind of rare. You kind of have to like decipher things on your own, and that's why it's a little scary.
So let me ask you this.
It would be easier if things were just like talking to me like that.
So let me ask you this. Would you, because I do feel like we are created like something, and I feel like it's all about getting in touch with the creator. However, whoever that is, would you like try Jesus or whatnot? Because like I said in my Bible study, there was a lady, and like she wasn't just like a witch, like it was in the bloodline, like her whole family was. And she gave him a try, and like you said, witchcraft is basically, what's the word? It's basically the same as everything else. It's an anomaly. So like anybody, like we do it all the time, we just don't know. So she said she really didn't need to like stop much, but she did start like following God. She stopped a few things and did a few things differently, but she said it was pretty much the same. You ever see yourself like going to church?
Yeah, I've been to church before.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm pretty much open to anything. I don't throw anything out. That's the whole religion, right? All male, whatever. That's just,
Yeah.
I feel like you can have it all. You can take from whatever you want.
Exactly. And another thing, I told you to watch some movies. What did you think about Sinners, and how did you like it? What did you get from it?
I liked it, but it was a little bit violent for me. It made me notice like how little of that type of stuff I watch anymore, which is kind of crazy. But I thought it was cool. The beginning was a little bit slow, but then once I got into it, I really liked it. I liked what was his name? Preacher son. I love his voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the deeper meaning? Did you notice about, Orishnas and all of those?
Yeah, about what?
Orishnas. So basically, an Orisha is an African god, and there's these twins. One represents darkness, one represents light, but they come to you as your spirit. So and I'm not saying we are your Orishas, that's not what I'm saying at all. But
As I say, you guys stood up and said dark and light.
right, but I'm definitely stacks. But like basically they guide you. So it was actually a story about that. Like these
That went over my head.
yeah, because the two stack twins were these like spirit guides. And then Smoke's girlfriend, which I don't know why everybody thought that was on that way.
Well, that's because she
okay.
look.
I don't know. I didn't think they were together until they started hanging out. Oh.
A lot of people thought it was the mama, basically.
But no, what I'm saying. The reason why they thought that was because she had such because first of all she's tall, and on top of that she had such like a look where it's like she's like motherly. Like, she definitely had like a mom look or something like that. So it was like you couldn't tell whether that was a mother, that was an auntie or something like that. You think she was around the same age as them. So that's why a lot of people assume that, because to me, that was literally my first thought too.
They cleared that up real quick.
Oh hell yeah, they cleared that shit up real fucking quick. Yeah, because it's like, because the moment Smoke
So
said,
that's why I was like, I wish I had that D-box seat or that seat.
Because like, because the moment, there was when he said about why the Moses didn't save our baby, I was like, oh, so they were together and such. Like this wasn't like this, like hey, the mama, da da da. And I was like, okay, I said, okay, cool, that explains a lot now. And then when it started elevating to the next piece, so I was like, oh yeah, they definitely fucking related.
Yeah, but it was definitely like a deep story. And I like how like it was all culturally accurate.
Yeah.
You know, with like the Asians in the community as well, and stuff like that. But let me tell you, that jukebox scene, like if you would have saw it in theaters, it was like, because you've seen it a couple of times.
So basically,
Where the ancestors came out.
well, I'm gonna say, when they went to the second half or so, when everything started turning to nighttime and such, and everything started happening, that's basically what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
When everybody basically going in to party at the juke area. Yeah. Because like, that was a whole, because a lot of people did say that the first part was definitely slow, but at the same time, it was like, it allowed you to admire the different panel shots. So like I said, if you saw the theater, it had 2 different panel shots so that was happening. So a lot of people that were like into film or acting or didn't really pick up on it. Some might have noticed it, some might not have. But it definitely was showcasing like the area,
And by the way, that's actually a real thing. That's happening a couple of times. Because I don't know if you noticed, but I'm a musical theater kid. And like I do behind the scenes work as well. I've done like workshops, and there's been times where like somebody has sang so good that my body has literally like transported to like another place. Or like
You get chills and stuff like that.
yeah, and like there was this
That's what Claire's like.
is that what
That's a
that
good
is?
map to it, where
Yeah.
you're stronger sense of it.
Yeah, because there was this song called I Think About You. I can't remember what show it's from. I think it's from Follies or something. But this chick it was an Asian lady in my class, and she was singing it, and she was singing so good that the whole room, like, you know, one of those like old movies before they had color, like the whole room turned like black and white. I thought I was having a stroke or something. And, you know, I never knew what it was, or like there was a time where my friend was singing Satisfied from Hamilton, and like I actually felt like I was in a real like theater. And I never knew what it was until I saw it from there, and I was like,
so yeah,
well,
so
I had a couple of moments like that.
So we came out to the senior so where Preacher Boy is singing a song like Lie to You and such, and it's because they told you in the very beginning or so like the type of basically the type of direct ancestry or so that Preacher Boy had or whatever, such as what happened in that scene. So when it involved everybody in that one shot, it was just amazing because it was such a callback and so for Black culture or just I guess different cultures in general and such though, but it was just like so good. A friend of mine, she saw the film and such and she thought it was good, but at the same time she was kind of out of touch when it came down to our culture and such, so it was kind of like she got it, she liked it, but it was like from a filmmaker's point of view or so, she couldn't really like get attached to it. Yeah, she couldn't connect to it or so, and I was looking at like, cause she said it was a simple film or so, and I said, yeah, it is supposed to be a simple film, but it's supposed to be more in terms of the cultural aspect, the music, and like how it was going about such one, especially when it came down to the different panel scenes so they were doing. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with it and such too. And then on top of that, when we saw this movie called what was it, Lady in the Yard, that one was trash. And she did say, as soon as she saw that, she's like, all right, Sinners has gone up real high in my book. I said, yeah, that's a trash ass movie you need to talk about.
And like another fun fact, each one of my ancestors was represented in Sinners. Because my mom is Cherokee and Irish, and my dad is African and Black. So it's like I had like all across the board, but I could not and like I was telling you, for some reason, like I could not stay in the theater during the jukebox scene because it was like so overwhelming. I was like, I gotta get the heck up out of here. Like,
No, because
I
like the scene was like so powerful and such that it's like I ain't gonna hold you. I cried.
Oh.
I cried because
this is why I say I want them to re-release it because you have to experience it in theaters.
Because honestly,
it's a different vibe.
Because to me, when it came, like I said, Sam's ability is amazing. So, like I said, it was so good. Literally, it was depicted like the roof was on fire. Like everything just burned down because how powerful it was. And I'm looking at it like. I was happy but I was mad at the same time. I was looking like that part where the part where you saw the scene with the the building started going on fire.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking like, why the hell did they put this man having grown out wings or something or something? That was like a power flash moment where he felt like he did that. Wings should have popped out, like, you know, or like he was on his knees just singing his song or so, and you see like the shadow of his wings and stuff flying out. So I'm like, yes.
Yeah. All right, so my last question, and I want you to be honest too. Well, actually, I got two. On the scale of 1 to 10, how are you as far as like seasoned? Like, do you think you're an expert? Do you think you're still learning in a humble way, or like on a scale of 1 to 10?
On a scale of 1 to 10.
You can pop your shit a little bit, like, yeah, I'm the shit.
I don't know. I don't really have anything else to compare it to because I'm not around anyone else, like in real life, that kind of does the same thing. So I'm gonna say, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I'm like a 4.
Before.
So,
Yeah, I'm still learning.
Hold on, because I got a part 2 to the question. Part 2.
No, I hate scales. I hate that.
Yeah, I know. But part 2 to the question is, I want you, because you say you can read people, you say you can read people's auras.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to read my aura, then read his. And be honest, I don't
know how to read auras, but I can read energy.
Yeah, that's what I meant, energy.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
I feel like there can be a difference, but I have no idea what it is. I don't know.
I'll ask ChatGPT.
I don't know.
I'll ask ChatGPT. But I want you to read my vibe or whatever.
Okay. I don't know what exactly to say about that. I mean, I feel like you have a really good high energy personality. What are you looking for me to tell you?
No, I'm not looking to tell
And
you.
it's just a hard question to ask because it's like, I don't know what type of reading you're asking for. Like, do you want me to like go deep and be like, oh, this is what you're hiding, or do you?
No, I mean, like just general.
Okay. In general, I feel like you have a really good like upbeat personality, and you have a great smile. You have really good energy.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and very optimistic, I think.
Optimistic, yeah.
Maybe to a fault.
Yeah, definitely. Now you're scared. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
mean, I can scare you a little bit more, but I don't think you would.
But for me, I would say that you're everything you said you was.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now do that.
Okay. I feel
Scare
like
the fuck out of them. Nah, just kidding.
I feel like you also have a really, really beautiful energy, really gentle, and very. You kind of come off as like shy, but you're really not. You're just very observant, and I think that you also can read people's energy very well and kind of vibe off of it as well, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, which one of us? Well, I already said. I was like, which one of us is more like Stacks? Which one of us is more like Smoke? But I want your opinion. Like,
I think you already came out with it. Didn't you?
Yeah.
But I also think y'all can kind of switch too, like switch it up. You know?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's it. Because like I'm all over the place. It just depends on the moment. Sometimes I'm chill. Sometimes I'm like crash out.
Well, having that type of like high energy all the time and like positive energy, you gotta have a crash or something. But you probably go isolate to do that.
Yeah. And I feel like I have like things to lose, so I don't want to like I don't want to let the beat like a good say. You know what I mean? Just one day. I want to accomplish some things. You know, there's some things happening. Well, what were you about to say?
I was gonna recollect this. Lost me in the middle of trying to say it. Dang, what was it?
You got scared.
No, I did not get scared. You really interrupted me from saying it. Now I got it. So, like, how confident do you feel when it comes down to doing the tarot card readings, palm readings, and all sorts of stuff? So, like, I'm trying not to do the
With
skill thing.
tarot, I dabble in like all of these things. So like, I haven't practiced that much on other people. I'm not by myself. So I'm pretty confident that Chad might be confident stuff. But I mean, it's just fun. You just play with it, so it's not like there shouldn't be any pressure for there. I'm pretty confident.
And what do you want to know what's the difference between
Aura and energy reading?
the difference between aura and energy reading? I don't know what you said. An aura is a visible or tangible energy field surrounding a person that reflects their personality, mood, and health. With an energy reading, it's the act of interpreting this aura. So it's kind of like the same, like an energy reading is the act of interpreting an aura or more general life force, like chi, to understand someone's inner state. An aura is a luminous shifting field of color, light that surrounds a person. So I guess the aura is the thing, and the energy reading is just you like moving through the aura, like searching for it.
Because I've only seen like 2 auras. And I can't see those auras.
I only saw
But I
one.
can read the energy.
Yeah.
Wait, you can train yourself to see auras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I regret not walking up to a person. I was taking LSD, and that's why I stopped doing it, because my mama, she be doing too much. Like, every time I would trip, my mom would be like, hey, we're going to Walmart, which is the worst place. Like, she would literally, because she didn't know I was doing it. So,
You think she didn't know?
you think she did?
She knew.
Yeah, she was like, let's go to Walmart. And so, mind you, this was during like COVID, so everybody was like, you know, weird stuff. And I saw a lady with like a light behind her, and one of my friends was like, you should have gone to her. Like, you should have just said, oh, there's a lady that's glowing. That's no, you know.
Yeah.
You should have like actually said hi with her, you know. So, yeah, but she definitely.
I hate that when those opportunities pass away. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, if I
What
was
is that,
wrong,
the red and blue pill you take it?
Yeah. Yeah. So do you have anything, any other questions? Alright, well, we're gonna wrap this up. It's been the
Hold
Wars.
on a minute. We're supposed to be doing the reading.
Yeah, that's gonna be a whole other thing, right?
Why don't we separate?
Alright, well, let's do this then.
Okay, so now we're gonna go on to the next part of this whole interview. So we'll be doing our particular palm readings and tarot card readings. So, yeah. So stay tuned. Like I said, so stay tuned for that one. So we're gonna get ready to show right now.